Good morning, everyone. Welcome. So, this morning I woke up to see the beautiful full moon. I didn't get to see it last night because I went to bed kind of early. But I experienced it this morning. And so, with this full moon, um, focus a little bit on today's practice about what we can release here, what we can let go of. Um, and I've been focusing a lot on how to be present in our lives. So what can we let go of in our lives to allow us to maybe be more present? You know, we live such busy lives and we have such busy schedules. And I know for myself, that's something I'm working on. I'm trying to, first of all, learn that word no. That's a hard word to learn sometimes. To maybe not take on so much, to kind of be a little more choosy about what I take on and what I just kind of let go of, so that I can have more presence in my life and with my family and my friends, and even to be able to fill my cup more so I'm more present in my classes when I'm teaching, so I'm not feeling so drained. So this morning's practice, we're going to do a vinyasa practice. So it is a little bit more of a moving, flowy practice. We are going to, create some energy. But as we're moving, maybe thinking about, even in your own practice, what expectations can you let go of? Sometimes we feel like everything has to be so perfect and we have to be able to do it all in our practice. But how can you let go of those expectations and just let yourself move and just enjoy your practice and enjoy the movement, enjoy breathing, and just have fun with your practice? So maybe it's letting go of expectations this morning, or whatever it might be. What can you release? So with that, we are going to go ahead and get started. Always feel free to grab any props that you like, blankets, blocks, bolsters, anything for Shavasana. Put on any music that you would like to listen to. Always honor your body. If we do something, I come into something that is not feeling good for your body, then know that you don't have to do that. Let that go. Let it go that you have to do everything the instructor's doing or that your neighbor's doing. Listen to your body and honor your body. So let's take a moment to ground ourselves this morning. So inviting you to close your eyes here, sitting nice and tall. Let the crown of the head reach toward that beautiful, beautiful sky. If you're able to see that full moon this morning, it's a beautiful sight. Maybe shifting a little side to side, allowing the sitting bones to connect to your mat, to the earth beneath you, maybe to your props. And then just take a moment to drop into this space. Starting to see if you can kind of calm the chatter of the mind a little bit. Start to focus on your breath, taking some nice slow inhales in, drawing that breath up through the body, and then slow release of the exhales out. And just notice how that feels. If you have it already, see if you can keep your lips sealed and breathe in through your nose and out of your nose. Relax the shoulders, clench the jaw. Start to bring the shoulders more on top of the hips, having more of that nice tall spine. Creating that channel for your breath to flow freely through the body. Let's inhale, let's scoop the arms up overhead, connecting the palms if that feels right for your shoulders. And as you exhale, bring the palms through to heart center, find Anjali Mudra, honoring your body, honoring your practice here this morning. Inhale, scooping the arms up, lift the heart. Exhale, palms come through to heart center. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. We tuck the chin slightly toward the chest, keeping the eyes closed for a moment. Setting an intention here for your practice or your day today. Again, maybe it's letting go of expectations from yourself. How can you lighten your load a little bit more? How can you fill your cup today? And we're going to take a cleansing breath as we inhale in, fill the body. Audible exhale out, feel the breath on your fingertips. Again, inhale. And let it go. Maybe still keep the eyes closed, or at this moment, maybe you allow the eyes to open, adjusting to the light, keeping the gaze nice and soft toward the earth. Let's inhale again, scoop the arms up overhead. This time on the exhale, let's cactus our arms. Bring the elbows down, lift the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. One more time, inhale. And exhale, cactus. We're going to find a twist here. Let the left hand come to that right thigh, right hand back behind you. Inhale, sit nice and tall. Exhale, let's rotate through the rib cage. Think of bringing that left rib cage over toward the right. Relax your shoulders. Maybe the chin stays over the center of your heart, center of the chest. Or if it feels good, look over that back shoulder. And then let's release. Let's lift the arms back up. Nice inhale in. Exhale, let's cactus the arms again. Let's find that twist to the other side. Right hand to the left thigh, left hand back behind you. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, let's find that twist. Bring that right rib cage over to the left. And then let's release, come back to center. Inhale, scoop the arms up. Exhale one more time with that cactus here. Beautiful. And then release the palms down. We're going to roll over onto our hands and knees, coming into a tabletop position. If you have issues with your knees, you can always place a blanket or another mat underneath your knees. Or if it's really not feeling good for you, you can stay seated and still take cat and cow movements going forward and back. Palms are going to come underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips if we're taking that tabletop. Let's settle in here first. Feel the palms pressing into the mat, shins, feet, connecting to the mat. Let the crown of the head extend forward. Think of the tailbone reaching toward the back. And then as you inhale, allow the belly to soften, lift your heart, your gaze slightly. And then as you exhale, press the mat away, round through your spine. Oh, that feels good this morning. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, round. Then maybe keep your eyes closed here if you'd like. Just kind of connect your movement with your breath, continuing with those cat and cow movements or any other organic movement that would feel good here. You can take the hips in some circles if that would feel good. Did not sleep very well last night, so this movement really actually feels very good. My puppy decided to sleep with us and made things a little difficult. Notice how the movement feels on your body. Make it your own. And release, release, release what you think it should look like. And let's find our way back to our tabletop position. So we're going to do a little bit of a balancing tabletop this morning. So we're going to take this slowly, take it in stages and find what works for your body. Let the crown of the head reach forward, gaze is slightly forward, draw the belly button in toward your spine as we engage our core. And then take the right leg back behind you, flex the right foot, press that right heel away. Right toes rotate down toward the mat. And you could stay here, or maybe that left arm lifts out in front of you, reaching the fingertips away from the toes. Nice long spine. And if you'd like, maybe you draw that elbow and knee in toward each other. A little bit more balance here. Inhale, extend out. You find what works for you. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend out. Let's pause here. Bring that left hand down. Bring the right toes down, tuck them under, and let's bring a little movement here, rocking maybe a little forward and backwards. And then let's take that right leg over to the left side. We're gonna still tuck the toes under, press that right heel away. You might look over that left shoulder, back at that right foot. And let's come back to center, come back to tabletop. Let's take that to the other side. Extend the left leg back behind you. Engage the core. Breathe, relaxing the shoulders. Press that left heel away. You might lift the right arm and bring it forward. Nice long spine. Inhale. Exhale, maybe you draw the elbow and the knee in, just an option. Inhale, lengthen. You can always hold here. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, extend out. Bring that right hand down. Tuck the left toes under. Press the left heel back. You might rock a little forward and backwards here. And then we'll take the left leg over to the right side, tuck the toes under, press the heel away. You might look over that back shoulder at your left foot. And then come back to center and tabletop. Let's stretch out our wrist a little bit because maybe you're feeling that right now. So you have some options. I like to turn both hands and the fingertips point toward the knees. Maybe this isn't available to you. Maybe you do one hand at a time. Maybe your fingertips are more out to the side. Just find a stretch that feels good for you, for your wrists, maybe those forearms a little bit. Breathe. And then we'll bring the palms back to neutral. And we're gonna find child's pose. Big toes come together to touch. Maybe the knees go wide or stay close together. Let the hips melt back toward your heels. Let the forehead rest on your mat or your props. And then settle in here. Let the heart and belly melt toward the mat. Take a few breaths here. Letting go a little more, soften through the shoulders, soften through your jaw. And maybe gently take the forehead side to side, waking up that third eye or guidance or intuition. Trusting our intuition, right? Listening. Saying no when it feels right. And not forcing yourself to say yes to something that doesn't feel good for you. Now let's take an inhale in. Audible exhale out. See if you can sink a little bit more into the earth. And then let's roll up. And we're going to transition into our down dog. So we're going to press the palms into the mat, cores engaged, tuck the toes under, lift the hips toward the ceiling. Heels are melting toward the mat. Softness to the knees. Palms are very active here. Almost feel like you're gripping the mat a little bit with your fingertips and pressing the knuckles into the mat. Creating that seal, that banda with your palms. Any movement here in your down dog. If you get lightheaded or dizzy in your down dog, you can come back to tabletop. Maybe you take a child's pose. And then let's do a little bit of a vinyasa flow here. So we'll come back to stillness, lift the sitting bones toward the ceiling, and then we're gonna look forward, we're gonna roll out into a plank position, your plank. So your knees could be lifted or dropped to your knees. We wanna have our shoulders and hips aligned. So we don't want our hips dipping below our shoulders, right? Really press the mat away, core is engaged, gaze is forward, and then come slightly forward and we're gonna lower down to our bellies. So elbows are gonna point toward the back of your mat as you lower slowly down. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, hands by your chest, elbows lifted. We're gonna find a few cobras here. So maybe you start with just a baby cobra, lifting the heart, not very much weight in these palms. I'm just kind of lightly having the palms, using more of the strength of my back, engaging the core here. And then lower down, just notice how that felt. Maybe that's as high as you go today, because that's what feels good for your body. We're gonna do it again. If it felt good here and you felt like you could go a little higher, maybe like a teenage cobra here, right? Midway. Okay, again, I'm not pressing too hard into my palms. And then lower down. And then we're gonna do it one more time. Inhale, maybe baby cobra, teenage cobra, or an adult cobra, right? Lifting the chest, relaxing the shoulders, let your gaze go forward. And exhale, lower back down. Let's find our way back into down dog. And then looking up between your hands, let's find Uttanasana, our forward fold. Feet about hip point width apart, bend the knees as much as you need to, bring the chest toward the thighs. Maybe the crown of the head is reaching toward the earth. If you get lightheaded, excuse me, lightheaded or dizzy, elevate your head at heart level. Okay. Arms can dangle here, maybe you hold elbow to elbow, maybe you take a bind behind your back. My hamstrings are feeling really tight this morning, so I'm gonna bend my knees a good bit so my chest is actually resting on my thighs. And then coming slightly forward into the balls of the feet. Let go here. Sway a little side to side. You can shake the head out a little bit, release the neck. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna come up halfway. So nice long spine. We're gonna let the crown of the head reach forward. Right? Exhale, release and fold. Let's do that again. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Tuck the chin. We're gonna slowly roll up, coming into Tadasana, our mountain pose. Standing nice and tall. I'm gonna move this camera back just a little bit. Move my mat over here a little bit. There we go, much better. All right, coming into Tadasana. Arms by the side, palms facing forward. Let the crown of the head reach toward the sky. Maybe roll those shoulders out a little bit here. And then coming into stillness. On your next inhale, we're gonna scoop the arms up overhead. See if you can connect the palms over your head. Inhale, lengthen, exhale. We're gonna take a side stretch here. Folding over to the left, looking up through the right side body. Inhale, center, exhale to the right. And we're gonna do that again. Inhale, center, exhale to the left. This time, Maybe your gaze goes straight ahead, or you can turn the head to look toward that right armpit. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Maybe you turn and look toward that left armpit. Inhale, center. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. On the mat, we're gonna find our way back into down dog. If you wanna flow here again to that vinyasa, go ahead. Finding that plank, maybe you lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale, cobra or up dog, whatever is in your practice here. And then exhale, down dog. Knowing at any point you can take a child's pose here if you'd like. Breathe. On your next inhale, let's reach our right leg up toward the sky. We're going to bend the right leg. Lift the right knee toward the ceiling. Press the palms into the mat. Square off the shoulders. And then we're going to extend the right leg back up toward the ceiling. Bring that right knee in toward your belly button. Knee to nose. Press the mat away like you're rolling into a plank. Make space here. Back up 3 points. Looking forward, you're going to step or help that right foot forward as you come into a runner's lunge. Right knee is stacked over my ankle, pressing the left heel toward the back of the mat. Lifting the chest. You can always use blocks here for your hands. And then we're going to come into warrior one. We're going to ground down through that back foot, keeping that right knee bent over the ankle. Square off the shoulders to the front like you're driving a car. Your headlights are going forward. Crown of the head reaching toward the sky, lifting through the torso. And then hands can always come to your heart center, or maybe the arms reach up. As you settle into your warrior one, think of the outer edge of that back foot rooted down. Think of pressing that right hip slightly back, bringing your left hip forward. Inhale, exhale, let's straighten the front leg. Cactus, the arms lift the heart. Inhale, bend back. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, let's hold here. Breathe. Release that exhale. We're gonna let the arms come down. We're gonna find revolve side angle. Left hand comes down. Come onto the ball of your left foot. We're gonna open up to that right leg. Maybe the arm lifts or hand to your hip. Bring that right knee in towards your center. Bring that right hand down. We're gonna find pyramid pose. We're gonna step that left foot up to about the middle of our mat. I'm gonna need some blocks here. My hamstrings are feeling kind of tight. So both legs are going to be straight. Both all 10 toes are pointing toward the top of the mat. And we're gonna inhale, lengthen through our spine. Try to keep that nice long spine. Start to bring your nose toward that right knee. Press that right hip back. And breathe, relax your shoulders. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. And then from here, I'm going to find a standing split. So my hands are going to frame that right foot. Now I'm going to lean forward a little bit and start to lift that left leg up. It does not have to go real high. We still want to keep our hips neutral here, not opening up through that left hip. Keep it closed. Shiva squat. So keep that right knee toward your nose towards your right knee. Coming into this one-legged squat. And we're going to step the left foot back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lower the left leg down. Let's sit back. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. We're going to scoot that right heel just a little bit more toward the top of our mat. Softness to that right knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, soften here. Again, I'm using the blocks. My hamstrings are feeling pretty tight this morning, and I want to still try to keep that long spine. So in order to do that, I need to bring the floor a little closer to my hands using blocks. But you find what works for you today. And then we're going to bend back into that right leg. Come back to our runner's lunge. And we're going to transition warrior two now. Let's root down through both feet. We're going to reach those fingertips away from each other. So some things to just be mindful of. We're making one straight line from the front fingertips to the back fingertips. So kind of notice, here, I'll turn this way. Notice where that left hand is compared to your front hand, right? Make sure that right knee isn't pressing past your toes. Root down through the outer edge of that back foot. Let's find peaceful warrior, right arm up and over. We're going to straighten the front leg, find triangles, trikonasana. Right hand can come down to the shin. Again, a great opportunity here for a block. We're keeping space in that right side body. Stack the shoulders, lean back. Maybe your gaze is at your right big toe. Or maybe start to turn and look toward the sky. Looking toward that full moon, huh? Relax your shoulders. You got it. So I'm not caving into this right side body. Finding length and space. And then bend back into your front leg. Come back up, warrior two. All right, we're gonna find goddess pose. So we're gonna turn all 10 toes to the long side of the mat. And then take the toes out, heels come in. We're gonna bend into those legs. Knees pressing toward the pinky toes. So think of pressing those inner thighs away, right? Crown of the head reaching toward the sky. And then I'm gonna cactus those arms again, as long as it feels okay for my shoulders. We're gonna bring a little movement to this goddess pose. Inhale, we're gonna find that 5-pointed star. Exhale, come down, goddess, yes. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, hold here for 5. Chest is open here. 4, 3, crown of the head reaching toward the sky. 2, maybe lower the hips a little bit more. 1, inhale, find that 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior 2, back to the front of your mat. We're gonna bring the hands down. We're gonna frame that right foot coming into that runner's lunge. From here, if you'd like to step back and flow, you can, or down dog or child's pose. I'm gonna flow so you can kind of see, keeping my shoulders and hips aligned, cores engaged, slowly lowering down, keeping the elbows by my side. Inhale, finding the cobra or up dog, and then exhale, down dog. Breathe. We're going to take that to the left side. Inhale, left leg lift. Same thing. Bending in that left leg, lift the left knee toward the ceiling, square off the shoulders. And then extend the left leg back up, 3-point. Bring the left knee in toward the belly button, knee to nose, press the mat away, make space here. Back up, 3-point. Looking forward, step or help your left foot forward, runner's lunge. Inhale, we're gonna lift our heart, lift our gaze. Release that, exhale, let's transition. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Rooting down through that back foot, squaring off the shoulders to the front of the room. Right. Maybe those arms lift. Relax the shoulders, the face. Inhale, exhale, let's straighten the leg, cactus the arms. Inhale, bend. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We might have done one more than the other side. Inhale, let's come back to warrior 1. Revolve side angle. Right hand comes down. Come onto the ball of your right foot, lift that right heel, opening up to that left leg. Hug that left knee in towards your chest. Press that left hip slightly back. Let's bring that left hand down. We're going to find that pyramid pose again. Step that right foot up to about the middle of your mat. All 10 toes pointing toward the top. Legs are straight, but we're still keeping some softness to your knees. Maybe you've used those blocks. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, folding over that left leg, but try to keep that nice long spine as much as possible. Press that left hip slightly back, bring your right hip forward, and breathe. clench the teeth, relax your tongue. And then we're going to find that standing split again. So hands framing that left foot. We're going to start to lean forward a little bit, still nose to knee over that left leg. Right leg lifts up any amount, does not have to go real high. Then we're going to find Shiva squat, right knee behind the left knee. Inhale, exhale, step that right foot back, lower the right leg down. Let's find that half split. We're going to start to straighten that left leg, still keeping a little bend to that left knee. Maybe scoot that left heel a little closer to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Yes, maybe those hamstrings are talking to you today. Relax your shoulders. We're going to bend back into that left leg. Come back to our runner's lunge. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Root down through that back foot, bending into that front leg, making sure we're not pressing that knee past the toes. Making one straight line with the front fingertips to the back fingertips. Relax your shoulders, gaze is soft over that front middle finger. Lift up here through the torso. Maybe lower the hips a little bit more. Peaceful warrior, left arm up and over. We're going to straighten the front leg and find Trikonasana, our triangle pose. It's okay to use a block here. We want to keep space in that left side body. Head is active. Crown of the head extending forward. Maybe you look toward the ceiling, lean back. We're going to bend back into our front leg, come back up, warrior 2. Beautiful. Let's find goddess pose again. So we're going to straighten the front, straighten the front leg, turn all 10 toes toward the long side of the mat. And then we're going to turn our toes out, heels come in. We're going to lower the hips, right? The crown of the head reaching toward the sky, engaging the core. Press those knees towards your pinky toes. And then maybe you cactus those arms. We're going to do the same thing here we did in the first round. So we're going to inhale. We're going to find that 5-pointed star. Exhale, lower down. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's hold for 5. Beautiful. 4. Powerful pose here. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior 2, back to the front of your mat. We're going to windmill the hands down, frame that left foot. Flow here if you'd like, down dog, child's pose, whatever feels good for your body this morning. Breathe. Let's take a cleansing breath as we inhale in and let it go. Looking forward, let's roll out into a plank. Knees can be lifted or come down to your knees. We're going to lower all the way down to our bellies. So take your time. Take your time. Woo, yes. All right. So we're going to do a little bit here on our bellies with some shoulder stretches and some back bends. Always honoring your body. If you feel pinching or pain anywhere, please come out of it. All right. So we're going to start with the shoulder stretch. We're going to take our right arm out to the side. Now we want to have that arm, the whole arm in line with the shoulder, right? Then from here, I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to roll my body over toward that right shoulder. Okay. So let me, wow. So I'm going to have my left hand just by my body. And then you can keep your legs straight. You could bend that top leg. You could bend both legs. Still keeping the whole hand, the arm, the hand in line with that shoulder. Now, The head, we don't want to drop our head down because then our neck becomes out of alignment with the rest of our spine. So an option, and I failed to have it close to me, would be to rest your head on a block. Okay? So you find your variation here. Breathe through it. You can always reach out to me with questions. It's kind of hard when we're doing this online and virtually. To know, does this look right? So at any point after the class, you want to ask me any questions, you can always reach out to me personally. Breathe. And then we're going to slowly come back onto our bellies. Take your time. Now you'll see the front of me and what I'm doing front-wise this time around, going to the other side. So just take a moment, maybe shake out that shoulder a little bit. If you have that block, have it nearby if you need it for your head. So we're going to take the left arm out to the side, just like we did with the right, keeping it in line with the shoulder. I'm going to use my right hand to slowly roll my body over. I want to take my time so I can kind of see where my stopping point is and I don't injure myself. I'm going to use this block for my head. Okay. And then again, maybe you keep the legs straight, maybe bend that top leg. Maybe you're able to bend both legs. I'm not able to do that today. And then we're just breathing. We're going to come back onto our belly. Oh, yeah. Make a pillow with your palms. Rest your forehead. Let the shoulders relax. And from here, we're going to take a few back bends. Again, always honoring your body. If the back bend does not feel good, maybe you back out of it a little bit or come out of it altogether. We're going to start with our first locust pose, Shalabhasana. Arms by your side, palms facing down, feet about hip point width apart. We're pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Draw the belly button in toward the spine here. And then as we inhale, we're going to lift our chest, lift our arms, think of bringing those pinkies toward each other. And then maybe lift the legs. Keep your gaze down and slightly forward, keeping that neck in line with the rest of your spine. Inhale, lift, breathe. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, rest on your favorite ear. We're going to do that one again so you can see, you noticed how it felt on your body. Now, an option would be maybe still to keep your arms by your side, or maybe you interlace your hands or your fingers at your low back. And then when we lift, we'll lift the hands up off of our low back. So again, settle in here, engage your core. We're going to keep our gaze forward. We're not turning our head side to side, looking everywhere. We want that gaze forward. Keep the neck in line with the rest of your spine. Inhale, let's lift the chest, lift the arms, lift the legs, root down through the pelvic area, the pelvic bone. Oh, I can't talk. Keep lifting, keep rooting down and then lifting up. Inhale, holding for 5, 4, you know what you're doing. 3, 2, one, lower down, rest on the other ear. Oh my, yes. We're gonna do one more back bend. So you could choose one of those locust poses, Chalavasana, or a bow pose. And I believe that is Dandasana. I always get that and bridge or wheel messed up with the Sanskrit, but we are going to take a bow pose, bow, B-O-W, or you can opt out of that too. So that's entirely up to you. So with the bow pose, we're reaching our hands back for our feet. We're flexing the feet into our hands. And then as we inhale, we lift the chest and we lift the thighs up off the mat. Keep that gaze forward. Breathe. Keep lifting. Hold for 5, 4. Lift the toes toward the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Oh my goodness. And rest. And maybe windshield wiper the legs a little side to side. And then we're going to come into a closed knee child's pose. So keep the knees together. Press the hips back. Excuse me. Let's let the spine relax back out. Right after those back bends. Nice stretch. Maybe even take your hands back towards your heels. Let's take an inhale in and let it go. We're going to find our way back into our down dog. If you want to flow through a vinyasa here to get there, you can do that. We have just a little bit more work to do. We're going to stick with some of the same poses we did earlier, just adding maybe a pose or two more into that flow. So inhale, let's lift our right leg up. This time we're just going to bring that right knee in toward our belly button, press the mat away, draw the knee up toward the chest, hold here, look forward. See if you could step or help your right foot forward here. Right. Inhale, lift the heart. We're going to go right into that standing split, folding over that right leg, nose to knee. And then into that Shiva squat. You can keep the hands planted. Maybe you bring the hands to heart center for a little more balance. Come back into that standing split. We're going to step the left foot back. This time we're going to come up for a crescent lunge. So back leg stays lifted and active. Keep that right knee stacked over the ankle. Inhale, maybe the arms lift. And then cactus the arms again. Maybe warrior 3 here. So what it's going to look like, we're going to press off that back foot, core is engaged, root down through your right foot, finding length through that right leg, or left leg, apologize, like we did in that tabletop position we did in the beginning of class, right? Let's bring our left leg up to stork. Little balance work here. Woo, yes. Step the left foot back, come back into crescent lunge. Yeah. Let's straighten the front leg. Goddess pose. Toes go out, heels come in. Chest is open here. Take any modifications. We're going to just hold. Press the knees toward the pinky toes. Maybe you lift a heel. Maybe you go back and forth. Maybe you lift both heels. These are just options. Relax your shoulders. Hold for 5. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale, lower the heels, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior 2, back to the front of your mat with that right leg. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Keep your right leg bent. Right arm could rest on the right thigh. Right hand could come down to the mat. Left arm could lift up over the ear toward the ceiling or hand to your hip. Or if you have binds in your practice, you can always take a bind. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Head is active. We're going to come back up, warrior 2. Windmill the hands down, frame your right foot, come back to your runner's lunge. And then you can flow here or come into down dog. So that went kind of quick, didn't it? We're going to take that to the left side. Find your way back into your down dog. All right, here we go. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, draw that left knee in towards your belly button. Press the mat away. Look forward, step or help. Oh yeah, left foot forward, runner's lunge. We're gonna come up, or no, we're gonna come into our standing split, apologize first. Folding over that left leg, nose to knee, right leg lifts up any amount. Notice any difference. And then Shiva squat, right knee behind the left. Hands could stay planted or hands to heart center. Plant the hands, standing split, step back, crescent lunge. I know this is a lot. Breathe, do the best you can. Let go of those expectations of what you think it should look like. Just be with it, wherever it goes. Cactus the arms. Warrior 3. Root down through that left foot, especially that left big toe. Take the right leg back behind you, cores engaged. Rotate the right toes down toward the mat. Bring that right leg up to stork. Stay nice and tall like mountain pose. Bend into that left leg, step back, crescent lunge again. Yes. Straighten the front leg, goddess legs, goddess arms. Breathe here. Again, we're gonna hold. Holding, smiling, maybe lifting heels. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels, inhale. Exhale, warrior 2, back to the front of your mat. Peaceful warrior. And your side angle variation. Breathe. Come back up, warrior 2. Windmill the hands down. You can flow here, take down dog. We are going to find child's pose here in just a moment. And then come down to your knees, find child's pose. Take a few breaths here. I got to step out just one moment to take care of something. Take a few breaths in your child's pose. I will be right back. All right, so you had a little moment there to grab some water, take some breaths. Apologize. I have doing things at home. All right, so come back into your tabletop. Let's come back into our down dog. From here, we're gonna come into a pigeon pose. You do have an option to take it on your back, and I will show you that in a moment as well. On the belly, we're gonna lift our right leg up, come back to the opening up that right side body, like we did in the beginning. Then extend the right leg up. We're gonna bring that right knee behind our right wrist. All right, so I'm gonna turn this way so you can kind of see. So my right knee is behind my right wrist. It's extending past my right hip. As you can see, my right foot came back. I am not able to parallel my leg to the top of my mat and still keep the alignment I need for pigeon pose, okay? If you are able to parallel your leg and still keep your body in the proper alignment, go ahead. It is not my practice. My heels comes back toward my pelvic area, okay? Then the leg, my left leg is going straight back behind me, not splaying too far to the left or right. Now, if you find you are kind of dipping into your hip, your right hip, and your hips are neutral, use a blanket or a block to support that right hip, okay? And then from here, if you have all of this together, you got it all right, you can stay upright or fold forward. Now, if you come into this and you are feeling it in your knee and you're feeling pain, actual pain in your knee or hip, you can come onto your back and you can cross the right leg over the left and take the hands behind the left thigh and draw the legs in toward your chest. So you could do it this way as well. And again, this is something you could reach out to me personally after class as well. And I can answer any questions or walk through it with you a little bit more. You might feel uncomfortable, but if you're feeling pain wherever you are, switch it up, take another variation, or come out of it altogether. You should be feeling it in your right glute area. Yes, it might feel uncomfortable. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Try to stay in it. Come back in it. We're going to hold it for a few more breaths here. Relax your shoulders. Relax the teeth, the jaw. Focus on the breath. And then we're going to start to bring ourselves up. We're going to sit onto that right hip. And we're going to come into a seated twist. We're going to bring our left leg around to cross over our right. So you might have that right leg tucked in, or if it feels better and you feel more grounded to extend the right leg, you can do that and still have the left leg crossed over the right. Okay. Sit nice and tall, feel grounded, crown of the head reaching toward the sky. We're going to inhale that right arm up. Exhale, we're going to rotate through our rib cage, bring that right elbow to the outside of that left leg. Left hand is going to come by your left hip for some support and also to help you sit a little taller. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate through the rib cage. We did a twist in the beginning of class and have that same feeling. You can keep the chin over the center of your chest. If you'd like to look over that back shoulder, go. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. We're going to release, come back to center, and take a counter twist. Coming back to center. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. We're going to bring the soles of our feet together. Knees fall out to the side. Maybe rock a little side to side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. Fold forward if you'd like. You can always place a block here on your feet and rest your forehead. Just listen. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release. Slowly bring ourselves back up. Gently bring the knees together. And windshield wiper the legs a little side to side. We're going to find our way back into down dog. So we can take pigeon on the left side. If you want to flow through a vinyasa here, you could do that. Whatever feels good. Again, if you want to take pigeon on your back, you can take pigeon on your back, crossing the left leg over the right. We're going to lift that left leg up, bend that left leg, open up here. And then extend it back up and bring your left knee behind your left wrist. And set up for your pigeon pose. Find the position that works for you. And breathe. Staying in this moment. Being with the uncomfortable. We all know things in life sometimes feel uncomfortable. Sometimes it's uncomfortable to say no. We have to breathe through it, and we have to take care of ourselves, listening to our intuition and what's right for us. Dropping the expectations of what people have on us sometimes, or even the expectations we have on ourselves. Sometimes we have to let some of it go. And we're going to bring ourselves back up. We're going to sit on that left hip and bring our right leg around, coming into that seated twist. Again, option. Left leg could stay tucked in or extend it out. Sitting nice and tall, feel grounded here. Inhale, we're going to reach that left arm up. Exhale, let's twist to the right. Right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Look over your back shoulder. Release, come back to center and take it to the other side. And then come back to center. This time, let's take a wide-legged fold. So we're going to take our legs out wide, scooch a little forward, reach the tailbone back behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands forward. And just go to your edge, your stopping point. Try to keep that nice long spine here. Compromising your spine just to get a little more into this fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, maybe walk the fingertips out just a little bit more. Breathe. Relax your shoulders. Gently bring ourselves back up. We're going to bring our legs together. And then we're going to slowly lower down onto our backs, thinking vertebrae by vertebrae. You can keep the legs straight. If you have back issues, it might feel better to bend the legs. Okay? So slowly tuck the chin toward the chest and roll down. And you're going to draw the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself some nice hug. Give your body some love. Show your body some gratitude for all that's done so far this morning. And then one more pose before we come into Shavasana, something that might get the feet above your head and heart. You could do happy baby, melting the sacrum down toward the mat if you're coming into happy baby, legs toward the ceiling, maybe a shoulder stand, anything else that you would like to take. And draw the knees back in towards your chest. Give yourself a really nice tight hug, bringing the forehead to your knees. Inhale in, tighten up all your muscles. And as you exhale, you'll release the body back onto the mat, letting go and preparing for Shavasana. So preparing with any of your props, music, whatever you'd like. I'm going to guide you into your Shavasana. And then I'm going to actually end the class, but I want you to continue to take your Shavasana for as long as you need this morning. Okay? If we were in a personal or an actual classroom together, you take about a 5-minute Shavasana in my class. So maybe setting that alarm if you need to, or maybe just you're able just to let yourself go, right? Just staying in it. So find the position that works for you. You could take it on your back, traditionally on the back, but you can also do it seated. You could do legs up the wall, just whatever allows you to find some stillness. And then we're going to take a cleansing breath. Inhale in, audible exhale out, let it go. Feel your shoulders melt toward the mat. Let your arms and legs be heavy on the mat. Even your fingers and your toes start to relax. We're going to take another cleansing breath, but this time the exhale is going to be a shh sound. Inhale in and shh. Let your jaw unclench. Maybe the lips part. Breath happens naturally. All you have to do is just be here, taking this time for rest. I encourage you to take at least 5 minutes here for Shavasana, if not more. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me honors, loves, and respects the light in each of you. Namaste.